13th of June 2013, we will start our sitting meditation. Close our eyes and relax the whole body and mind. We must be mindful to our own body or mind. If we are used to be mindful on the breath, we can be mindful to the breathing. If we are used to be mindful to the suffering, we must be mindful to the suffering. We can make choice one of them, but we must be mindful. We must remember the truth, to use only, to do only, not to reject and not to attach. Many people are meditating here, so also many people will be meditating in the world. To be doing only, we must try to detach from what we are doing. We used to be interested in ourselves and in what we are doing. That's why we used to pay attention to ourselves and to our actions. We must understand meditation practice is not only for me, it is for everyone. The only way is to be doing only, to be using only. Just pay attention to the truth, to do only, and then trying to detach from our habits. Because of our own habits, we used to pay attention to ourselves and to what we are doing. To be doing only, we must try to abandon our own habits. We must not think about ourselves. We must not think about what we are doing. Just pay attention to the truth, to do only, to use only. Trying to stop paying attention to our body and mind or to our action. Our mindfulness should be to the breathing or to the mind or to the suffering. All the cause or all the actions are to do only. All the effect or all the result, whatever happens are also to experience only. Now we all are making the action of mindfulness. To be doing only, we must try to detach from ourselves and from our action. We must understand we are one of the meditators. If we think I am a meditator, which means we are grasping to ourselves. If we are paying attention to what we are doing, which means we are grasping to the meditation practice. The truth is not to reject and to attach, to do only, to use only. We must not dwell in ourselves and we must not dwell in what we are doing. Just pay attention to right view and trying to detach from ourselves and our action. Thinking meditation practice as my job is wrong. The truth of the meditation practice is to do only, not to reject and not to attach. To be doing only, we must detach from our own body and mind, and also from our action. If we are mindful to the breathing, we will know the breathing. To find out the knowing of pleasant happening, we must detach from the knowing of breathing. We used to know everything. All our knowings are mental action. We are able to know I or you, me or mine. We must also try to abandon knowing like this. To be free from attachment, all our habits are necessary to abandon. To know the Dhamma or impermanent nature, we must detach from our normal knowing. We may be knowing breathing or we may be knowing pain. It is because of attachment to that knowing. To be able to follow the middle way, we must try to abandon all our physical, oral and mental action. Because of attachment to the created truth, all our knowns are about the disappearing or passing away of the created truth. To know the ever-new impermanent nature or original truth, we must detach from the created truth. Usually, we may meditate with the idea of I. There is misunderstanding in what we are doing. That's why there will also be misunderstanding in the result, such as I understand or I don't understand. Understanding as me or mine is our own habit. We must try to abandon that habit. We must detach from attachment to this habit. To detach from non-understanding, we need to understand what we do not understand. To be able to detach from our normal action, we need to do what we cannot do. In our daily life, we are doing what we can do. This is we are doing with attachment. Attachment to the job, attachment to ourselves, and attachment to the result. In the beginning of our meditation, we must control our mind to be mindful inside the body. In the beginning, we must control our mind to be mindful from outside to inside the body. If we can detach from the outside world, our mind will be mindful inside the body naturally. If the mind does not go outside, we should not control the mind too much. If the mind is knowing the pain, trying to detach from the pain. If the mind is knowing something, trying to detach from something with right understanding to experience only. Following the middle way may be difficult, but it is very interesting. Try not to forget the truth, to use only and detach from our body and mind, and detach from what we are doing, and detach from what happened to us. To follow the middle way, to be free from any attachment is necessary. All attachment must be detached. Knowing or not knowing will happen to us. They all are to experience only, not to reject and not to attach. To meditate with attachment is easy. To be in the middle way, we must trying to meditate without attachment. To be free from attachment, we must not grasp to ourselves, to our job, and to our experience. We must detach from our body and mind, and from what we are doing and what happened to us. May all merits we have done till now be dedicated to all sentient beings. May all beings rejoice and share in our merits, and share in our merits, and share in our merits.